Good evening and welcome, Royal football fans. And after a short break from football, we are glad to be back. We are live from Reynolds Royal Stadium as the Royals take on the Westfield Shamrocks on homecoming night for the Royals. My name is Turner Graves, alongside my good friend Tyler Groves, and it is a pleasure to have you with us tonight for the game. Tyler, coming off of a very bad loss against Fishers, what did you see out of the Royals in that game, good and or bad?
Well, to be honest, Turner, I saw a team that wasn't really ready to play. It didn't look like there was very much, if any, emotionally inspired football, which was a little bit surprising, especially since it was a rivalry game. But on the offensive side, I thought at times we were able to move the ball, but we couldn't finish drives, and we had a couple costly turnovers, and that really cost us the game. And then on the defensive side of the ball, I thought we did a poor job stopping the run, and then that opened up their play-action game, which killed us a couple times. And then special teams was once again an adventure with 2 missed field goals and a missed PAT. At least one of those field goals was blocked. So a rough week for the special teams, and it really could have allowed us to stay in the game if we would have made those field goals in the first half. It should have been 7-6 at the end of the first half, but unfortunately we weren't able to convert, and they were down 7-0, and then it just kind of went on from there in the second half. So it was unfortunate.
Very true, Tyler. And HSE is going to have to pull out all the stops against this 4-0 Westfield team, because the last thing Coach Morris and the Royals wanted to start off the season 1-4. Last 2 years, we've ended the year 3-7, and lost tonight might send them down that same road again.
Well, it's definitely a concern. This team is too much talent to go 1-4, and they really shouldn't be 1-3. They really should have won the North Central game, and that was an unfortunate finish. But I'm still optimistic they can turn around and correct their mistakes as the Royals come out of the tunnel. And this locker room is full of high-character guys. They're not just going to fold when they face adversity. I know a lot of them. They're going to keep on fighting. They're facing adversity right now, but after last week, I hope for an inspired performance like we all know they're capable of, and hopefully for a victory tonight on homecoming.
Yeah, I sure hope so, Tyler. And one thing we know is that this game is sure to be a fun one tonight with all the festivities. As you said, it is homecoming. Make sure to stay tuned as kickoff is coming up next here on Southeastern Sports Network. Royce boots it away, and it's a little bit of a squib kick. And the second line is going to return it, and it's got a little bit of a hole before it's tackled about the 38-yard line, but not a deep kick. We've seen that a little bit from Drolis, but let's see how it works out tonight.
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job this year on kickoffs of doing squib kicks, and he had a really good onside kick versus Avon that really he recovered and then got nailed and then fumbled it again. So he's done a good job on kickoffs. His troubles have been on field goals and punts. But kickoffs, we've been all right, and that was somewhat of a good executed squib kick, although they got some yards after to give him good field position right about the 38-yard line.
As Westfield takes the field, Camden Simons, their quarterback, 10 touchdowns and only 1 interception thus far this year. Takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off. Eli Patchett for no gain. Nate Haas there in the tackle.
Yeah, good penetration by the defensive line, and then Nate Haas just came up and played football and made the tackle. Really good job by him, and really only for a yard, so 2nd and 9 coming up for the Shamrocks.
He's talking about a little bit more about Camden Simons. Coming off of a hot game against Noblesville, he had 4 touchdowns and only had 5 incompletions.
That is a good game. That is one that hopefully the Royals hope that he's cooled off a little bit since last week.
He's going to take the snap, and he's looking right to pass, and he's going to throw it over the middle. He's got number 15, Mason Peoning.
Uh-oh.
He's got way more after he breaks a couple tackles. The Royals can't seem to tackle him. He's down all the way to the 15-yard line before the Royals can tackle him there. But a big gain on some sloppy tackling.
Yeah, some missed tackles, and then as well as he caught the ball right in the middle of the zone. The Royals were playing zone defense, and he found a hole in the zone and made the catch and made some guys miss after the fact. But poor tackling to start off for the Royals.
He takes the snap, and he's going to hand it to Eli Patchett for a gain of about 6 or 7 there. And all of a sudden, Westfield is within 10 yards of scoring.
Yeah, it's been a good quick start for them. A couple plays down the field, they're already in the red zone. It would be big for them to start the game off well and punch it in, but there's also a big opportunity for the Royals defense to get a stop and hold them to a field goal opportunity. Not the way you want to start off homecoming, is a drive right down the field and score within a couple minutes. So,
let's see if they can stand now. Simons is going to take the snap and is automatically rolling right or left, and he's just about 1 yard short of the first down. He's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, they have some design quarterback runs for Simmons. He's pretty mobile. He's not the most mobile quarterback you ever see, but he is mobile and can do the job, and he is a really good quarterback.
For 6'4", he's pretty mobile.
That's true, he is.
He fakes the snap, and he's going to look over to the sideline, kind of similar to what the Royals do on offense, but 3rd and 1 from the 6. He's going to take the snap and a read option. Yep. And Eli Patchett has a hole, and he's going to go into the end zone for an early touchdown, Shamrocks.
Yeah, it was just a speed option, and he pitched it to the running back, and really there was no one on the edge to stop him, and a deflating first drive, as I would call it. The home fans don't really know how to react on this side, and really well-executed drive for Westfield, and they punch it in. So not the way you wanted to start coming off of last week especially, but it's a long football game. We got a long way ahead of us.
Westfield is going to convert the extra point, so it is going to be 7-0. 9 minutes and 38 seconds left in this first quarter. Tyler, our defense is going to have to play better than that if we want a chance in this game.
Yeah, it's going to. Well, they're going to have to tackle a lot better. They started off the drive not bad with only let up a 1 yard gain, but on that one big play they found a hole in the zone and then just took it 50 yards because we couldn't tackle. So that's not the way you want to start off. And then they punched it in once they got in the red zone with a couple of. One was a quarterback keeper, and then the other one was an option play where he either has the option to run the ball or pitch it, and he made the right decision by pitching it because it gave his running back an opportunity to get to the end zone. So really well executed. Westfield, they through their youth program and through their junior highs, they all run the same offense as the high school does. So they are always they always execute very well because they've been in the same system for so many years. They know what they're doing, and so they showed how they can execute on that first drive and really kind of took the momentum of the game to start off.
As we wait, the Royals awaiting the kickoff. Southeastern Sports Network is made possible this year by Sky Zone and Fishers off 121st Street. Check out their hours at skyzone.com/Fishers. As Westfield is about to kick off. It is away, and it is a good kick, and it's going to be a touchback for the Royals.
Jaden Smith was back on the return and just lets it go into the end zone for the touchback. So Royals get the ball, trying to do what Westfield did.
Yeah, hopefully we can do that. Hopefully that quickly too. Didn't seem like the Royals defense had any answer for anything. But
yeah, they're down watching film right now, so hopefully they'll get it corrected. And Blaine Wirtz is back this week off an injury back at running back, the talented sophomore.
Thompson takes the snap, and he's looking right, and it's a little bit of a four-verts play, and a duck was thrown there. It's picked off number 22, Micah Hauser.
And that came out wrong. I don't know. I couldn't tell if it got tipped or if it just slipped, but that is not how it was, not where it was intended to go. He did have Ben Boysen open. It looked like on a post route, but man, this is a nightmare start on homecoming. This is not the way you want to start. Only a couple minutes into the game, you get ugly quickly if you don't start playing well. But Royals defense gets another opportunity in a hurry.
Yeah,
there's one positive. They can try to improve of what they did on the last drive, because last time they didn't have any answers. So
another theme of going off of last week, it just seemed like HSE offense couldn't get anything going, and the Royals defense was out there for so long, they just eventually got tired and worn out. Hopefully that doesn't happen again tonight. He's going to take the snap. Eli Patchett right up the middle. And wow, falls forward for about 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, Patchett is also a senior, and he has 62 carries for 361 yards and 6 touchdowns so far this year. And he's a good, solid running back. He's good in between the tackles, and he also has some speed to get away from people as well. So with him and also Mobile Simmons, they can do a lot of things in the backfield.
Takes the snap, and he's going to throw it right. It's caught by number 80. It's Reed Shepers. It was tackled by a host of Royals for a big loss there, and about to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd down.
And then Michael Cherry was there for the tackle. And they gave him forward progress, so he's right about. He didn't lose too much there. But 3rd and 6, big opportunity for the Royals to hold them to a field goal after a disastrous start and keep this thing from getting away from them early. So a big opportunity here for the Royals.
Just going to look over for the sideline, call a timeout there to avoid the delay of game. So it's going to be a timeout Shamrocks, about 8 minutes left in this first quarter. And we will be back with you shortly. Westfield comes back out onto the field for a 3rd and 6 from the 14-yard line. The Royals attempting to hold. Going to take the snap, play action. He's looking right. He's going to throw it to Patchett, and he bobbles it, almost picked off. Chris Stein could have had it there, but nonetheless, it's 4th down and 6. Let's see what these Shamrocks do.
Looks like they're sending out the field goal unit, possibly.
Maybe.
Yep.
Simons is going to hold. So.
Yeah, he'll hold the ball. Yeah, I think we said his name wrong a couple times. It is Simons, Camden Simons. Be nice if they would miss it, but it looks like
It's right down the
right
middle.
down the middle. So 10-0. You know, that's not as bad as it could have been. That's actually a really good and big stop for the Royals defense. Huge stop for them to only allow it to be 10-0 instead of 14. And they'll send out the offense with maybe somewhat of a little bit of a momentum shift if they can get things going on offense. But a really good stop and big stop for the Royals defense.
Westfield is going to kick off again. It's only a minute and 19 seconds off of the clock on that drive, so could be good and bad for the Royals. Didn't give up too much time, and they're going to get the ball back here pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's still early. You know, it's 10-0, and we haven't played well to start off, but there's plenty of game left and plenty of time to get back into this thing and get stuff going.
Kick it off, and it's going to be a little bit shorter. Jaden Smith's going to return it about the 6-yard line. He's looking left, he's got a hole. He cuts back, and he's got tripped up.
Yeah, he did have a lane.
Yeah, good return there, about to the 38-yard line, and the Royals are set up with good field position. Let's see what they can do with it.
Yeah, Jaden Smith, he's another sophomore. I had the opportunity to coach him last year. He is a quick, speedy guy. Not the biggest guy you ever see. He's pretty small, but he is quick and he's tough to tackle because he is small and he's so shifty. And a good return by him. And he did have a lane. If he didn't get tripped up, he could have got at least another 10, 15 more yards.
As we talked about earlier, Blaine Wirtz is back in the game. Haven't gotten to see any action from him. Let's see the Royals go to him here. He's going to take the snap, and he is going to go to him right up the middle. He's got a good gain there, about 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, it is good to see Blaine Wirtz back running the ball. He's a hard runner. He's not afraid of contact, and you saw it there. And he's quick, too, so it's great to have him back. After week 1, he got hurt, so he's been out for 3 weeks now, and big boost for this offense to get him back because he's a very talented player.
Takes the snap, and he's going to hand it to Blaine Wirtz again. He got tripped up there. About a gain of 1 there. It's going to be 3rd and 5. And it's a big conversion here early for the Royals.
Yeah, this would be huge. 3rd and 4 is the official mark they give.
Hobson, Ben Boysen, and Rhodes to the left, and Tony Myers to his right. He's going to send Boysen in motion. And he's going to run it again to Blaine Wirtz. And he's fighting, but there's too many Westfield Shamrocks there. Just going to give him maybe 1 more yard. It's 4th and 4 now, so.
Yeah, and so far the punt team has not come up, so they are lining up. Maybe they will try to get him to jump off sides. And nope, here comes the punt team. Yeah, that's the right call. You can't go for it there and not get it and give him a chance on the plus side for Westfield. But
John McCall back to punt. It's a high kick, a good bounce, and HSE's all over it there. So a good punt there, about to the 23-yard line. That's where Westfield's going to take over. And as we saw from the Royals offense, 1 play on their first drive was an interception. They come back out 4 straight runs and a punt, or 3 straight runs and a punt. So he's going to have to see some more diversity there if HSE wants to score the ball.
you know, the one run was a good run by Blaine, got him 5 yards. The second one he got tripped up, and then the third one they faked the handoff to Boysen on the jet sweep, and then tried to run underneath it, and just Westfield wasn't fooled by it, and they made a good play. And you know, you punt the ball away, you know, you avoid a disastrous play, which is one thing, you know, they didn't want to do again. So give your defense, get established, get a stop, and then try to get going on the next drive.
Take a snap, and he's going to run up the middle, QB option a little bit, and gain of 8 yards. And the option is working early for the Westfield Shamrocks.
Yeah, it was another designated quarterback run. And really it was just quarterback power. They had a guy pull and lead up through the hole. And it worked out well. He had a huge hole to run through and got 9 yards. So the Royals are going to have to find an answer for Simons running the ball.
After that's 2nd and 1 from the 32. Simons takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Patchett. And he's tackled right about the line of gain, but see where they spot it.
Give him a first down.
Give him the first, yep. So good play there from the Royals defense, but a 2nd and 1, that's going to pick up the first. As they come back out, a little bit of a no-huddle offense. Simons back in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap, look right, throw it over the middle on the slant route. Oh, and a little bit of a flip. Good tackle there by John McCall, but another first down for Westfield.
Really good play. They ran a slant right in front of Michael Cherry, and Michael Cherry was just a step behind him, and really just a great tackle afterwards by John McCall, but a good setup play by the Westfield Shamrocks.
Simons 1st and 10 from the 48, and he's going to play action, looking deep right, and it's the same Dan Wheeler. Oh my goodness, and he caught the ball after a big hit from Jake Houston, but he holds on to it.
Yeah, Dane Wheeler with a really good catch, and it was a double move. Simons pump fake and then threw him on the fade, and really good hit by Jake Houston, but unfortunately Wheeler still caught the ball and a big gain, and they're moving right back down the field. So defense needs to pick it up, get a stop.
Takes the snap and he hands it to Patchett, and a good tackle there, number 42. Zach Kazmierzak, tackle for a loss of about 3 or 4 yards. So talk about the defense, and there they are.
Yeah, good play by Zach. He came right through, great penetration, and made a really good tackle for a loss. So far, that's been our best play all night.
It has, offensively and defensively. Takes the snap. He's looking to pass right again. A little bit of an out route, and he's too far out. So it's going to be an incompletion. Good coverage. Jake Houston bring up 3rd and 14.
Yeah, he's looking for Jacob Riddle on the out route, and really good coverage by Jake Houston. Forced Simon to throw the ball to the outside, and he just threw it a little bit too far outside, and where Riddle couldn't get it. So good coverage by Jake Houston, and forces a 3rd and long that the Royals really need to get a stop on. Get the ball back to their offense. Get something going, because they don't want it to turn ugly on homecoming night. That's something you really don't want to do.
They hand the ball off to Eli Patchett on 3rd and 14. He's got a big hole. He's tackled out about the 30-yard line, so it's still going to be 4th and about 6, 4th and 7.
Yeah, but this is probably an area where you're gonna go for it, or if you have a really good field goal kicker, you might think about kicking it, or you could do a pooch punt, try to pin them deep. But it's probably an area they're at least going to think about going for it. It's 4th and manageable, and it looks like that's what they're going to do, or at least going to try to get him to jump off sides.
He's going to take the snap. He's looking left all the way over the middle, and it is almost picked off.
John
but
McCall.
It's okay, though. HSE is going to get the ball back. It was 4th down, so good play there by the defense, and HSE's offense coming back. But John McCall's upset with him there.
Oh, man, if he catches that ball, he'd still be running. He had no one was going to tackle him, and maybe he looked up a little bit too early and saw the green grass in front of him. But good play by John McCall. Huge stop for the Royals defense, and we're up with the coaches on top of the press box, and they thought they had a pick 6 going the other way. So, and a referee stoppage. And
You're going to tell Noah Wolf to take off a bracelet?
Yeah. Somehow he saw, he's making him go all the way off.
Nathan Wolf, excuse me, he's going to take a play off for that.
And here comes Zach Kazmierzak from the defensive bench coming onto the field.
He's going to take the snap, play action, and slant route to.
Good route. Really good route. There's another slant by Luke Childers, and they gave what the defense gave him. The defense was playing off in zone, and they just went right underneath and threw the slant. Really good job by Childers.
There's a first down, Royals.
Yeah. Finally.
Yeah.
We got a first down, get the ball moving.
3 minutes left in the first
Give
quarter.
the defense a rest. Need some more of this.
Blaine Wirtz with the carry, and Westfield was ready for that.
Yeah, they got good penetration on the left side, or the right side of our offensive line, the left side of their defensive line.
Let's bring up 2nd and 11. A little bit more diverse play calling here. Had 1 pass and then 3 runs, and kind of switching it up here. And they're moving the ball, so let's see what they do here.
Looks like they might be bringing pressure up the middle, and that's exactly what they do, but they overrun
it off. A little bit outside to the right side. And Blaine Wirtz ultimately gets about a gain of 2 yards, so 3rd and 9.
Yeah.
Westfield's probably expecting pass.
These are the plays that you got to kind of avoid. Those third and longs, the Royals really have never done all season, haven't done a great job of getting first downs on 3rd and long. So if they can make 3rd and manageables, 3rd and shorts, they're going to be able to move the ball and sustain drives. But these 3rd and longs are tough to pick up.
He's going to hand it off to Blaine Wirtz. He's breaking tackles. It was a tough run, but not enough. About a gain of 4, so 4th and 5 from the 48-yard line.
Yeah. The Shamrocks were playing the pass, and they didn't have that many in the box, so they tried to run the ball and pick up the yards, but they didn't.
Punt team is coming on.
Here comes the punt team. I do get what Coach White's is trying to do, though. They were playing the pass, not that many in the box, but
low snap, but John McCall does get it off. Low punt. And good tackle there by the Royals, number 20, or at the 24-yard line. That's where Westfield will start their drive. There's a little bit of a break in action here. We do want to thank Sky Zone Fishers for their sponsorship of Southeastern Sports Network this year.
Well, another big opportunity for the Shamrocks to get some separation on the scoreboard and go up by 3 scores, but obviously another big drive for the Royals defense. Need to get a stop to keep them in the game, really.
17-0 in the first quarter would not be good. And Simon's going to try the read option, but HSE is looking like they're adjusting, and no gain there.
Yeah, good play by JT Munchner. Stayed home and saw it coming the whole way. So no gain, 2nd and 10, and good play by JT.
Just under a minute left to play in this first quarter. It is 10-0 Westfield if you're just joining us. And they have the ball at their own 25-yard line. Takes the snap. He's going to look left. Got a little zig route going. Jukes out a defender.
He's going to be short, though.
Yep. It's going to be a 3rd and 1.
Hey, that Royals defense take that all day. They throw it to the flat, come up and make a tackle. He got close to the line of scrimmage, but he didn't get there. So force him to punt, get the ball back. Excuse me, it's 3rd down. Sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking. But, still got an opportunity to get or stop him here and get the ball back to the offense. But at least not this drive yet. We haven't let up a big play, and we're not letting up hopefully we don't let up another big play that we were on the first couple drives, because that's really killed us. We've done okay on 1st and 2nd down, and then we'll let up a big play and kind of let them go down the field. But as bad as the first quarter was, at some parts it's you're still in the game. It's 10-0. It's not the end of the world. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. So
it's 10-0 Westfield, but it seems like HSE is still in this game. It's not out of reach.
No, you're always in the game still in the first half for the most part. But, you got to play better. That's what it comes down to. The defense have let up an early score, and then the offense has done, basically nothing. And they gave basically a scoring opportunity to Westfield. So both sides of the ball have to play better, and especially when you're going against a 4-0 team, you really need to be on the best of your game. But there's still plenty of time to turn it around.
Westfield offense is back on the field as we start the second quarter. Third and 1. He's going to play action and roll right. And Simon's getting chased. And he's going to have to throw it away ultimately. So it's a good stop by the Royals defense. Brings up a 4th and 1.
Yeah, they're trying to get Reed Sheppers into the flat off the play action, and the Royals weren't fooled. They were ready for it, and do force a 4th and 1 and a really big stop, and a really good job to stay home and not allow what they were trying to do to work. So good job by the Royals defense.
Good pressure by Loudon Sundling, forcing him to throw it away there too.
Yep. And so
punt team is coming out, but you never know.
Simon just went back to punt the ball, so this could be interesting. Got to be ready for a fake punt or try to get him to draw off sides. He will punt it.
He is going to punt it. It's
a
high, yeah, good punt. Jake Houston about the 28-yard line. He's got some room on the left side. He runs all the way out to about the 47-yard line, so good field position for the Royals.
Yeah.
All the coaches are happy, and hopefully they can move the ball this time. Get some points up on the board.
Tell you what, if for some reason Simon at quarterback never works out, he can always be a punter.
Yeah, that was a good punt.
Pretty good punt for a quarterback. So hopefully Hops in this series, so far he hasn't really done much throwing the ball. He needs to try to get in a rhythm. Maybe Coach Wise will try to get him in a rhythm. Or continue to hand the ball off to Blaine Wirtz, which is not the worst option in the world. Blaine's a good running back, but so far there hasn't been a lot there in the running game. We got Spirit chance going on.
Had a long one of those last week, Mudside football.
Fishers.
That one was crazy, but there it is again.
That lasted almost the whole
second quarter.
Yeah, second quarter. Thank God for halftime, or else we might still be chanting it, but.
He's going to take the snap. He's going to look left, and he's going to throw short to Ben Boysen, who's got a little bit of room, and falls out with him.
Really good effort by Ben Boysen. He's going to at least get close to a first down, if not pick up a first down.
Looks like
they are not moving the chains. A little
short.
So
3rd and inches.
They do not give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yep. Nonetheless, good play there by Ben Boysen, as you were saying. Good effort, fall forward, fighting the extra yards.
This is what I was talking about earlier, though. 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. This is a very this is definitely a 3rd down you should be able to pick up. So great play by Boysen to get him there.
The phone lights have come on the We Got Spirit chant. Takes the snap. Blaine Wirtz right up the middle. He's got enough for the first down, so HSE is going to have first down and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, good run by Blaine. Good patience to find the hole. Wasn't a big hole, but he moved forward enough to get the first down and continue the drive.
Hobson's going to take the snap and hand it off to Blaine Wirtz, who's got a hole.
Yeah, good blocking by Nate Wolf on the edge, creating a hole for Blaine, and good vision by Blaine to run it. The middle wasn't open, went off the edge, and picked up about 8 yards. So good run by Blaine, one of his better ones of the night.
talked about him a couple nights, but he is a great player for this Royals offense, and we are very glad to have him back. Might be a little bit of flawed statistic, but we have not lost a game when he has been in the game. So let's see if as he rolls out right. Nathan Wolf.
It's a little bit of an outlier.
Nathan Wolf with a good play about the 15-yard line. So first down Royals.
I like your thinking, though. I like your thinking.
Hey, there we go. Optimistic.
You're a glass half full kind of guy.
I am.
Good play, though.
19 yards.
And, hey, they're moving the ball. We got something going now on offense, finally. And we're in the red zone, opportunity to score the ball. So
Hobson's going to take the snap and hand it off to Blaine Wirtz again. Up the middle, and Westfield was there. It's about only a gain of 1, but 13-yard line, 2nd and 8.
and they're still going with the Spirit chant.
They are.
So
any predictions on how long this one's lasting?
I hope halftime comes sooner than it did last week. It's not as
Doesn't seem like HSE loses too many of these.
No, they're not willing to give up, which you admire.
You do. Hobson's going to take the snap and look left.
He's got Boysen.
He's going to throw it on a slant route. Oh,
man, he had Tony
Tony
too.
Myers. But there's a flag.
There we go.
So that's going to be defensive pass interference.
Yeah, what it was is they crossed. Tony was running a post. Boysen was running a corner. And he had Boysen in the back, or towards the back of the end zone if you wanted him. But Tony was open too, and he looked like possibly interfered with. So Royals will take it if they give it to him, but they are having a discussion.
A couple substitutions for Westfield as the refs decide where to put the ball.
Yep, pass interference.
Yeah.
So the Royals will take that, move the ball up, and so it's not a first down because it's
football,
yeah.
It's 5 yards.
Well, it's
Half the
15, but
half
since it's half the distance. So there is no automatic first down, which is college and NFL has. So, but it is second and 2. Still a big penalty though.
Takes a snap and he's going to look right. Got DeAndre, but overthrows him.
Overthrew him. He had him wide open.
He's a little bit anxious there. He would want that one back, but
definitely going to want that one back.
It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Big play.
And Hobson is coming off the field, so we're looking at a little bit of a wildcat.
Yeah, they're going to probably do Chris Stein running the ball, lining up behind in shotgun, and usually they have someone come in motion, and he'll either hand it off on a jet sweep or he'll fake it and run up the middle. So we'll see what he does. Nope, he just takes it direct. So
it's a quick snap. Oh, ran into right.
Short.
Into a couple of Westfield defenders.
I think you go for it.
This will be the last time we talk of it, but the We Got Spirit chant has ended.
All right.
Didn't last until halftime.
Tell you what, we were playing better during it, though. Maybe they needed to get it back
again.
going for 4th down. This is a big play. Let's see what they call. If it could be the exact same thing. That's exactly what it is.
And
they blew it dead. Did someone move up front? I did not see it live, but offsides. All
first
right.
down.
Neutral zone infraction.
That'll give us the first down.
Well, that's nice. They gave it to us. Chris Stein would have had it anyway, though. He would have had it. But
first and goal from the 3.
Royals are being helped a little bit by penalties. And big opportunity here. First and goal from the 3. Bigger opportunity to get some points on the board and score a touchdown.
Chris Stein is going to remain in the Wildcat. Let's see.
They had their coach on the field for a second. It's out by the numbers.
Got DeAndre in motion. Chris Stein's going to take it wide open in a big hole. Touchdown Royals. It is going to be 10-6 pending the extra point, but a big score, a big drive there for the Royals.
Huge, really huge block by by Flum right in the middle, James Flum, and he pancaked this guy. I mean, he was on top of him and just allowed Chris Stein to go right up through the middle. So huge play by Chris Stein and a really good block by Flum. And the Royals right back in it. After a disastrous start, they're right back in it.
Hold is good, and the kick looks good, so it is going to be 10-7. 8 minutes and 24 seconds left. It is 10-7. Westfield still in the lead, but HSE does trim it.
Really big drive by the Royals there. Trim the lead from 10-0 to 10-7, so really, really important drive. Needed to get some momentum, needed to get on the board, put them right back in the game. And got some momentum on homecoming. So
yeah, the crowd's into it now. It's a good night for football. We've gotten really lucky.
Another beautiful night. We haven't had a, knock on wood, bad weather night so far this year. Our luck next week will be in a rainstorm after I just said that, but
who knows?
We'll take it, though. I mean, we had 5 weeks of
good weather.
Of really good weather. I'll take that every week or every day. Yeah, that was good for Girola to see a field goal go in. Last week he missed 2 field goals. One was blocked and a PAT, and so that's a rough week. And so get one go through, give him some confidence, as well as this offense finally got some confidence. After last week they were shut out until the fourth quarter against Fishers. So that was a really important drive, and hopefully one that will continue or that offensive momentum will continue for the rest of the game.
Girola is going to kick off, and it's going to be deep this time. Only about to the 15-yard line, though. And this Westfield is going to take it up the middle, all the way up to the 34.
Yeah, really good play by Clayton Toner. He came in off the edge, off the wall they kind of created going up towards the middle of the field, and made a really good tackle, as well as Michael Cherry was in there as well. But not bad starting field position for Westfield as they come back on, and they've had a pretty productive start on offense. The quarterback run has been there. They've done a really good job of executing that, and a couple of their passes have been really, really good as well. So they've had a pretty good start, and they're hoping to continue that here in the second quarter.
Simons takes a snap. He's going to hand it to Patchett, who's forced outside for no gain, but there is a flag down. Yep.
Good play by the Royals defense. But we'll see. We'll check the flag to see what the call is. And they are discussing once again. And it is on Westfield, so holding. Take them back 10 and repeat first down.
HSE will take that. Anything they can get.
Yeah, they really in the last, on their last Royals on the last drive got aided by a couple Westfield penalties. Westfield starts off this drive with a holding, so HSE is benefiting from some Westfield mistakes.
He's going to take the snap on 1st and 20. He's going to pass on the right side, and a good swat.
Seth Smorelli.
Yeah.
All he had to do is get his other hand up there, and he's got an interception. But good play nonetheless, knocks it down, and good pressure on Simon. It looked like, I couldn't tell who got in there, but was at his feet right when he threw the ball, so he didn't have the ability to step up and make a good pass. So good pressure by the Royals defense, and Seth Smorelli is going to be kicking himself for a minute because he could have had a pick if he puts his other hand up there and attempts to catch it instead of knocking it down.
2nd and 20. They're going to try the read option, but a good job there by the Royals defense. So move him backward again.
Yeah, that's tackle for loss. Zach Kazmierzak is all fired up.
We've got a Westfield player slow to get up, but
he looks to be or at least he's gotten up.
Walking a little gingerly. Let's hope everything is going to be okay.
3rd and 23. Not a lot in the playbook for 3rd and 23 from an offensive perspective. Usually you're going to see a draw or some kind of screen just to get some yards back and play the field position game. But huge for the Royals. This is the momentum starting to shift a little bit. So obviously they can't let up. Can't have a penalty here. Can't have let up a big play.
They can
just get off the field.
Yep. You got
and
it.
get the ball back to an offense who just scored and has some momentum on their side now. So
takes the snap and he's going to look left.
Yeah.
Out to the flats, and he's got some room. But he is not going to get enough yards. Good gain, but not enough, so it is going to be 4th down. Let's see what Westfield does here.
Yeah, it was a wheel route by Patchett, and the receivers just cleared out and run across the middle to clear out the flat. And he ran a wheel and was open, but not for that many yards. So
punt team.
Yep, good job by the Royals defense. Get off the field and get the offense back on with 7:27 left in the second quarter.
Jake Houston back to receive. And Simons is back deep to punt, so he gets it off. Another good punt, and he calls for a fair catch at the 27-yard line. So that's where HSE is going to start their drive. Down 3, 7 minutes left in the second quarter. What are you expecting out of this Royal offense this drive?
Well, I'm expecting hopefully another drive like they had on the last one. Establish the passing game a little bit on the last drive, continue to run the ball with Blaine Wirtz, but it does look like Tylen Taylor is in at running back now, so giving Blaine a rest. And tell you what, Coach Morris is fired up on the sideline. He was running around giving his defense high five, deservingly so.
Yeah.
So they played a really good job on the last drive. And
quick out route, but Ben Boysen.
And he's given effort to get the first down. Really good effort again by Boysen. Hey, when you're 1-3 and you really need a victory, that's the plays you have to do. Those effort plays, that extra couple yards, get the first down, and he's done it so far tonight.
Hobson's going to take the snap and hand it off to Tylen Taylor, who hits the hole hard, but only for about 3 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 7. And one thing I want to bring up, DeAndre Rhodes, who's usually a big target in the Royals offense, has been limited, has not caught a ball yet. Was targeted that one time in the end zone, but other than that, he's kind of quiet so far.
Well, with success comes more coverage from the defense. So a lot of times they're gonna double cover him because they know that for a couple of weeks he was really their only target. I mean, they targeted him a bunch. He was Hobson's favorite target, and now that he's been so successful,
opened up more.
They've opened up more players, but he's got DeAndre right now.
As we talk about in the post route.
They ran a switch. They ran a switch. Boysen came across and ran to the outside, and DeAndre came right underneath him, and it confused the defense. They're playing man coverage, and he was wide open in the middle of the field.
Well, there we go.
Right on cue, DeAndre Rhodes.
Must have heard me.
He was on single coverage that time with a safety over the top, but because they switched it, they overlapped, and they couldn't guard both of them. So really good play call by Coach Whites. Did a great job seeing it up top here, and a good execution by the Royals offense.
Boysen in motion. He's going to give it to Boysen on the left side. He's got a couple defenders to miss, and he gets tackled, about the 15. So 2nd and 5.
Yeah, good block again by Nate Wolf, setting the edge and allowing Boysen to get around the corner to pick up 5 yards. And so now the Royals are starting to win a little bit more on first down, creating more 2nd and 3rd and manageables, and not getting behind the sticks, which is really important. Especially when they've struggled on 3rd and long so far this season. It's important to not get behind the sticks and be in front of the sticks, meaning 3rd and manageable, 2nd and manageables, and 3rd and shorts. So they've done a good job here of lately the last couple drives.
To Blaine Wirtz, and he's going to run hard. He's got the first down yardage. Creates 1st and goal for the Royals.
Yeah, good tough running, good push by the offensive line. And they're moving the chains, 1st and goal. The feel of this game is changing.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
After a disastrous start, if they can punch it in here, take the lead, be huge.
Student section fired up. That would create big things for this Royals team. Boysen in motion again. He's going to hand it to Blaine Wirtz up the middle. Oh, about a gain of maybe
nothing
1
there
or
that
just
time.
Nothing. So 2nd and 9. As you were talking about a little bit, those first down plays, you need yardage. You don't want to get behind the sticks, those third and longs, especially on third and goal. Limited field to work with, so the defense knows what you're going for.
Well, there's just less space. Everything's tighter, so it's harder to get open on routes, and it's harder to run the football usually because they're putting a lot more in the box. So it's tougher to score in the red zone for sure.
He's going to take the snap, and he's looking left. He's got Blaine, but he dropped it. Might have heard the footsteps there by Jack Pfeiffer, but it's going to be 3rd and 9.
Be interesting to see if the Royals don't get it, if they're going to kick the field goal to tie it up, or depending on how close they get, to go for it. That is if they don't score, but especially with the kicking game, I know Drolos made his first PAT, but field goals have been pretty rough so far, to say the least, this year. So I'm wondering if they're going to be willing to test it out, or if they're going to be aggressive and try to score a touchdown if they don't get it here.
Boysen on the right side. He's going to run all the way up to about the 2-yard line. Good play call, but just short.
Yeah,
so
this makes it a lot more manageable, that if you do want to go for it and run that power set with Chris Stein again, which looks like that's exactly what they're doing to try to get into the end zones. They are going to go for it. I wouldn't be surprised see if they can maybe get him to jump, move a yard closer, or they'll just go quick and run it right up the middle of Stein. But it's going to be another direct snap, and most likely will go right back up through the middle. So Westfield's going to know it's coming. It's who's going to execute better and who can get a push up front.
Takes the snap. He's going to run up the middle,
but
there's a flag.
DeAndre moved his arms. It was almost catastrophic. It will be interesting to see what they call, because DeAndre about ran right into the snap. It wasn't timed perfectly, and they're moving him back. False start. So now you're going to send out most likely the kicking unit, which is exactly what they're doing. That's unfortunate. I'm not sure exactly who moved, or if they got DeAndre when he was coming across in the motion, moving forward. But that's unfortunate. That is.
He had it too.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a little bit. The time was off on the snap, and it caused a penalty.
Another less Garolas.
But big kick here. Got to tie it up.
24-yard field goal. Snap's good. Hold is down, and the kick looks
no good.
Wide right. The struggles continue.
Ooh, that's tough, because you really had a touchdown, gets taken off the board by a penalty, then you miss the field goal. So that's got to be frustrating for Coach Morris, and especially the offense after a really good drive. Get down there, you're going to go for it, penalty happens, and then you miss the kick. So look, the one positive you can take is they're moving the ball. They have some momentum now, but you would at least like to tie it up there after a really good drive. But it's a game of football. You got to adjust, got to react, and got to get a stop if you're the defense.
As Westfield comes on, we do want to remind you, Southeastern Sports Network is made possible this year by Sky Zone in Fishers off 121st Street. Check out their hours at skyzone.com/Fishers. As Simons is awaiting the snap, he's going to hand it to Patchett. Oh, not Patchett, excuse me, number 1, Jack Pfeiffer. A little change of pace.
Good run by Pfeiffer.
Another Westfield player down, holding his leg.
And he was very patient on that. It looked like there was not going to be anything there, and he just strung it out and picked up 5 yards. So really, really good run by him. But we do have a Westfield player down, and we will take a break as he gets some assistance.
As we are back 2nd and 3 from the 27-yard line for Westfield, and they're going to play action, look right, and ooh, found a hole in the zone, but did he get his foot down?
No. I don't know how they call that a catch. That's horrible. It did look like he was in the air, and Royals coaching staff is not happy with that call, to say the least, but as you might be able to hear. But it was a unfortunate call. It was a comeback route, and it was right in between the guy in the corner of the flat and the safety over the top, and he was open, but
flag down. It's going to be a false start.
They do give him the first down off the catch. But it is false start, moving back 5, but
that hurts.
I mean, we can't tell all the way from over here. It didn't look like from our vantage point that he got his foot in. He was in the air when he caught the ball and landed in out of bounds for sure. So, but that ref was right there, and he must have saw something we didn't, or the Westfield coaching staff has been on him over there, and he gave him a favorable call. But you never know. But, yeah, he is right there, so I'm sure he saw something we didn't. We're on the far sideline, and so.
That's why the refs are the refs, and we're up here calling it.
That's very true.
Let's take the snap on 1st and 15, hands it off. About a gain of 2.
And with my eyesight, there's no chance I would have been able to see it, so.
This can be 2nd and 14. After only a gain of 1, so got 2 shots, pick up 14 yards. HSE defense, stop would be big. Opportunity to get down, score some points. Should have had points on the last drive, but here we go. Simons
he's
going to throw it short, but another flag. He's got a lot of room on the left side.
Yeah,
Mason Peening, but there is a flag, and that's probably going to come back.
Yeah, 34 was, Carson was blocking while the ball was still in the air downfield. I wouldn't be surprised if they called offensive pass interference. Or also, they could have been holding as well. It looked like he was also holding at the same time. So depends on when he was blocking. It looked like to me he was still blocking with balls in the air, but he also could have been holding because he also did hold as well. So.
Let's see what they say.
They're calling the defense. Wow.
Interesting.
Must have called it, so, okay. Well, that will give them 10 yards. Well, they're just going to add it. They'll decline it because they won't. They don't add it on usually in high school football. So they're declining the penalty. I could have sworn I saw a hold on Carson.
That big gains by.
But like I was talking about my vision.
Mason, yep. The big gain by Mason stands, so.
I can't see.
1st and 10 from the Royals 33 all of a sudden.
And Coach Morris is not happy down there.
He might have a case, too.
He might, especially after that questionable call on the sideline on the catch and read option.
Read option, yep. Good tackle there. Chris Stein is having none of it, so push him back a yard.
Good play by Chris Stein. He wasn't fooled at all. He was there, stayed home on the read option, and shed a block and got in there to make the tackle. And as halftime approaches, we'll be showing the
homecoming festivities.
The cars are starting to line up, and homecoming court and all that fun stuff.
Always a fun night here at HSE. And Eli Patchett is back into the game after a short break on 2nd and 11. He's looking to pass over the middle. It's those flat routes again. Mason Peening tries to spin out of a tackle, but the Royals had a good host there, and 3rd and 10 going to be coming up.
Yeah, he had Voris Carson, number 34, on basically a 10-yard in route, who was wide open, and he really could have thrown it to him, but he decided to throw it underneath, and it really kind of cost him because they didn't get a lot of yardage. So, but way to tackle by the Royals defense and not allowing a big play or really any much yardage.
And 2 plays before, Mason Peening had that long gain, seemed to be a quick pass, and they tried it again, but HSE was there.
Timeout.
HSE. So they're coming out. Didn't like what they saw. And so it's going to be 3rd and 9 when we come back. We will take a short break on Southeastern Sports Network. As we come back out, Westfield is a 3rd and 9. A quick update from Brownsburg. They are up 14-7 on Fishers in the second quarter. So interesting game there. Two good teams.
That is a good game, and first time I believe Fishers has seen any adversity. They've led in almost all their games for the whole game. So probably the first time they've been down for a lot of time. So
we'll keep you
interesting
updated
there. Yeah, we'll keep you updated.
As we were talking about Fishers, the ref blew the whistle.
He didn't blow for ready for play yet,
right.
So can't snap it until he is ready, and he is now ready. Big 3rd down here for the Royals. Need to get a stop. If they get close, they'd probably think about going for it, so it really could be 2 down territory as well.
It's going to be a power to the left side. Eli Patchett, and he's going to fall short, just short
barely.
of it.
Yep. Yeah, they're. I'd be surprised if they didn't go for it. 4th and less than 1, and really good play call. It was an outside zone running play, and the Royals weren't ready for that. They're playing pass, but 4th and short, and see if they just try to get them jump off sides or if they're actually going to run a play.
Whistle. It's going to be another referee stoppage. They're going to make number 77, Ross Craig, come out of the game. So that's twice they've made some guys come off of the field.
So they're switching, looks like tackles, or no, it looks like guards on 4th down. So that's something to watch.
I don't know if that was Westfield's choice or the refs, but
it wasn't Westfield's choice, because they were surprised. They were wondering why he had to come off, but he's trying to come back on, but might have been an equipment issue because they took off his helmet and looked at it for a second. And now timeout Westfield. So now that they call a timeout, he'll be allowed to come back on and play this 4th down.
40 seconds left in the first half. It is 10-7 Westfield. And they have a 4th and 1 upcoming from the 24-yard line.
Be interesting to see if the Royals do stop them, how aggressive Coach Morris and Coach White's decides to be. They're going to have the ball right around 35 seconds and a couple timeouts, so they would have time to try to get down there, but unfortunately with the last season
run, yeah.
And here we go. And they sent out the field goal unit, so Royals call here. They're going to run it.
Good run, but
you got the first down, so that will stop the clock briefly.
19 seconds left in the half. Got 67 yards to go.
The clock's back running, and they might just be content with running the clock out, and that looks like what they're going to do because Coach White's is heading down towards the field. So not a bad half. The Royals do get the ball come out of the half, start the second half, so that might be why they're a little bit more conservative towards the end. But really, they should be up 14-10 or be tied at 10. Not a bad half after a disastrous start to the first quarter. But the Royals will take it. We'll have a long halftime for homecoming festivities, and then we'll be back for the second half and a little bit during halftime for some analysis. And we'll see you after the break.
from Indiana 4A state champion. The Royals, reignited in 2019, were led by a strong group of 12 seniors and a why not of spirit. The 2019 team finished the year with a 23-8 record on their way to the state title. The Royals also proudly won the Red Sox Series and the Hoosier Crossover Conference Championship for the first time in the league's 17-year history. The Royals won their last 11 games of the season that included winning the Noblesville Sectional, Lafayette Regional, Plymouth Semi-State, and culminating with a thrilling 3-2 win over Columbus East in the state championship game on June 17th at Victory Field. Earlier this season, players, coaches, trainers, and support staff all received their championship rings supplied by Herb Jones. Tonight, we will recognize all those that came together in belief, mind, and spirit to become the first to bring a 4A state championship to Hamilton Southeastern High School. First, we would like to recognize the 2019 Royal support staff. Trainer Kristen Lance and Jeff Franciosi, who is not able to be with us this evening. Strength coach Steve Krasminski. Stat assistant and game changer director Christy Stites. Student manager Gabby Pizzella. Hannah Watson. Alyssa Williams. And Logan Cruzy. And HSE Baseball's longtime public address announcer, Mr. Brad Silver. And now for our state champion student athletes. First, the underclassmen and current members of our Royal football team, Jake Houston, John McCall, J.P. Muchner, and Michael Cherry. The other underclassmen at that time were Logan Duffy, Cameron Fowler, Tyler Rhodes, Cole DeWale, Michael Brucker, Chase May, Dylan Gray, Jordan Milliken, Griffin Lohman, Cole Graverson, and Jack Bennett. And now for the 2019 seniors, Tyler Schweitzer, Michael Dillon, represented tonight by Michael, before Michael, Paris John, and Kelly Dillon. Jacob Poor, Jack DeWolf, Grayson Drosky, Jake Stout, third baseman Brayton Harrison, represented by his fathead pitcher, as Brayton is off serving the United States of America with the Marine Corps. Anthony Eggers, Jane Bowen, Hayden Bruno, Matt Jacobucci, and Matthew Buckingham. And finally now, the coaching staff. First, legendary Indiana Hall of Fame coach Ken Seitz. Assistant coach Corey Seitz. Assistant coach Ken Shepard. Assistant coach Kevin Shepard. Assistant coach Aaron Wells. Assistant coach Tom Davis. Assistant coach J.D. Rockford. Assistant coach Cal Bowling. And your head coach, Jeremy Sassanella. As a final act of celebration, the Royals would now like to present the 2019 4A State Championship Trophy the Reynolds and Southeastern Community, and the principal, Mr. Chad Christ. One last round of applause for the 2019 state champion Royals.
Keep this 2019 homecoming halftime show going. Homecoming is all about coming home. Coming home to a place that loves you and celebrates who you are. This year, we want to celebrate this amazing school community and the exceptional gifts that all of our students, past and present, bring to Hamilton Southeastern High School. We think you can agree with our homecoming theme. HSE is truly out of this world. We've been getting hyped all week. On Monday, continuing students decorated doors to spread school spirit, and this was run by the smart period class during our competition. On Tuesday, Powerpuff Flag football challenges were undertaken by staff and students alike. And while the underclassmen and faculty fought valiantly, the senior class were the ultimate victors. On Wednesday, our junior high student council joined our SECO volunteers to chalk and decorate the sidewalks and entrances surrounding the building. And on Thursday, our first annual field day, including featured streams like kickball and tug of war, that was won by the Spuser Club. Tonight, I hope you saw the energy and enthusiasm of our Royal Tailgate and the hopping tailgate town, quickly becoming a home football game tradition. The ultimate honor of the week-long class competition goes to our seniors. Congrats to the class of 2020 for showing how much you love this school of ours. But of course, no homecoming celebration would be complete without the homecoming court. Please draw your attention to the 50-yard line where we will now recognize these students chosen by their classmates. We will begin with the freshman court representatives, Emma Biebrick, Alex Beck, and McKenna Watson. Now for the sophomore court representatives, Ashley Baker and David Jose. And Audrey Fitzgerald, Anish Kambapati, and Regan Wan. Kudos also to sophomore Mitchell Rittman, who is currently with the football team. This year's junior court representatives include Karina Drury and Max Anderson. Peyton Freeman and Dakota Fisher. Kylie Straussy and Connor Nelson. And now for this year's senior class of 2020 homecoming court representatives. Our first to arrive are Tommy Adams and Lauren Bodrab. Tommy's parent is Susan Adams, and his activities include being the president of Bring Change to Mind and the Computer Science Honor Society. He's the founder of LEAD and the co-founder of the Spuser Club. He also is a member of DECA. His future plans are to study computer science at Purdue University. Lauren's parents are Chris and Lisa Bodrab. Her activities include the National Honor Society, being a counselor at Camp Tecumseh, a Royal Rumble mentor, and she's completing an internship at a local rehabilitation hospital. Her future plans are to study psychology or therapy at IUN Purdue. Our next card contains Sam Carl and Erica Jones. Sam Carl's parents are Marcia and Jim Carl. His activities include track, the Riley Dance Marathon, Bring Change to Mind, Make-A-Wish, and serving as an intern at St. Street. His future plans are to study sports marketing at IU. Erica Doak's parents are Garrett Doak and Veronica Reyes. Her activities include producing for Oleo Road Productions, being a PR rep for the Latino Student Union, a tutor at the Spanish Advantage Club, and a member of Student Council, National Honor Society, and the French Honor Society, as well as Tea Club. Her future plans are to study film production at IU or NYU. Our third car contains Noah Hamilton and Nikki Height. Noah Hamilton's parents are Debbie and Craig Hamilton. His activities include being a mentor for Lead, the intramural basketball team's captain, treasurer of Make-A-Wish, and a member in his future club and student council. His future plans are to study biology at Purdue. Nikki Height's parents are Margaret and Brian Height. Her activities include being the vice president of student council, captain of the debate team, a counselor at Santa Contra, and member of the varsity tennis team, powder puff football, and the National Honor Society. Her future plans are to study business management at IU. Our fourth car contains Jack Herzog and Katie Merlin. Jack Herzog's parents are Matt and Jen Herzog. His activities include being the president of the math team and the philosophy club, a Santa Contra counselor, and a member to the Royal Nation and swim team. His future plans are to study math at Mary James or Northwestern. Katie Merlin's parents are Bill and Julie Merlin. Her activities include membership to the track and cross country teams, and she's an officer of the Make-A-Wish Club. Her future plans are to study biology at IU. Our fifth car contains Marnie Myers and Katie Augsburger. Marnie's parents are Brian and Deanna Myers, and her activities include membership to the National Honor Society, powder puff, and the track and cross country team. Her future plans are to study business at IU. Katie Augsburger, her parents are John and Chris Augsburger. Her activities include being a member of the powder puff football team and holding an internship at Craig, Kelly, and Thoughtless Law Firm. Her future plans are to study business or athletic training at Indiana University. We also want to offer kudos to our senior sport members who are on the football team, Zach Kazmierzak and James Plum. Zach Kazmierzak's parents are Neil and Freya Kazmierzak. His activities include being a member of the football team and a powder puff coach. His future plans are to study mechanical engineering at Purdue. James Slum's parents are Ken and Nikki Slum. His activities include being the captain of the football team, co-founder of the Speaker Club, and a member of National Honor Society and DECA, as well as participation in intramural and CYO basketball. His future plans are to study human biology at IU. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 homecoming court. Let's give them a round of applause. And now for the announcement of our king and queen. Your 2019 homecoming king is Tommy Adams. And your 2019 homecoming queen is Lauren Bozrak. Congratulations to all members of the 2019 homecoming court. We are so proud of our entire student body. We're proud to be Royals. And let's get ready for a fantastic second half of this football game.
are back with just about 2 minutes left until this kickoff. The first half was not a good start at all by the Royals. Westfield drove right down the field, scored. First play of offense was a pick, and they got just in the field goal, so it was 10-0. But HSE had a good second quarter, trimmed the lead to 3 points, so it's 10-7. And
well, they should be up. I mean, they got here down on the goal line, and it looked like, after watching the replay of it, it looked like Kegley, the center, just didn't snap the ball on time, and that caused everyone else to be a false start. So he just didn't time the snap right, and everyone else moved, and he didn't. So he's got to snap the ball in that situation. So that was unfortunate. False start forced a field goal that Drolis ended up missing. So they're still down 10-7, but really good second quarter by the defense, holding them to no points, and then the offense got some momentum, got going. Really big drive for them coming out of the half, continue their momentum, and go score and take the lead. That would be huge. And one, a bad half could have been disastrous after the start, but they recovered well and are playing well. Playing a lot better than last week, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Got off to slow starts in both of them, but the main difference, we came back, had a good second quarter. In the Fishers game, it was just all downhill from there. And Westfield is going to get ready to kick off as HSE did win the toss, defer.
So they get it. Yeah, they get it now in the second half. Also, big missed field goal by Westfield at the end of the half to keep it 7-10. So something to keep in mind. Both teams have missed a couple field goals, and it keeps it at 10-7.
And second half, here we go. Kicked about the 5-yard line. Jaden Smith has to back up a couple steps, but he's out to about the 20-yard line. Makes a little juke, and he's got some room. He's cutting back all the way down to the 34-yard line. Good kickoff return there by Jaden Smith, and that's a good first start to the second half.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Jaden Smith, he's fast, he's shifty, and a really good return by him. Good field position, start off with the offense, and Royals offense needs to get going again, take that momentum from the first half. But they had a couple really good drives, and we try to continue that here.
Getting high fives and fist bumps on the sideline. The Royals are into it. Hobson is going to take the snap. Blaine Wirtz up the middle.
Oh, good run.
Runs over a Westfield player. Wow, those are some tough yards. A gain of 15 for Blaine Wirtz. That's how you want to start the second half.
Oh, Blaine Wirtz is just awesome to watch run the football. He's physical, he's fast, and watching him last year when he was a freshman, as being a coach, I was the offensive line coach, and he makes LH Bond and I look really good, the other offensive line coach, because he would make 3-yard gains and a 10-yard gain, especially in freshman football.
Makes your job easy.
He really did.
Here he's again. He's got another roll. He runs over another defender. He is running hard, and he's shown that he's ready to be back.
Yeah, I talked to him earlier this week. He said he was excited to be back, excited to come off an injury. It was tough to be out a few weeks, but he's excited to be back, feeling good, and he's shown it so far tonight. He's running hard, and especially since halftime, his first couple runs, he looks as good or better than he did in the first half.
2nd and 2 for the Royals. It's DeAndre in motion. They're going to continue to hand it off to him in a spin move. It's going to be enough for the first down. What is not broke, don't fix it.
That's right. If you continue to run the ball, it's going to open up your play action game. You're going to get those linebackers to start to come forward a little bit more, suck them in, and you throw right over the top of them. And so if the Royals continue to keep continuing to run the ball, that passing game, that play action game is going to open up. And when you can run the ball, it opens up your whole offensive playbook. It's really a great thing. And when you can't run the ball, it trims it. It makes it that much harder. So here's
There's
play
the play action. He's going to throw it to DeAndre on the comeback route, and that time he gets it. And just as we were talking about it, there's the pass down to the 26-yard line. So that's going to be another first down for the Royals.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps the defense on their toes, right? They don't know. They got to. If you continue to run the ball, they got to pay a lot of attention to stopping the run, especially when you're doing it successfully. And then that's when you can get them over the top on a throw. Creates man coverage, man on man, or a lot of times. So it really can open up your offense. And so far this drive, we're seeing it here.
Looks like
Tylen Taylor in the running ball.
that's Jace Alexander.
Oh, hey, you're right.
Haven't seen him much this year, but he's getting some snaps, and as we talk about it, coming right back out. But
Yeah.
it's going to be 2nd and 10 after no gain.
Blaine needed a quick break. Goes out of play, comes right back in, and 2nd and 10.
He's going to give it to Blaine Wirtz, who's got another good carry. About to gain 2, but Westfield might be expecting the run at this point, so it's 3rd and 8. So now we're back to those situations that we were talking about, those 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8s you just don't want to be in. But HSE's moved the ball pretty well this far. Let's see what they can do here.
This is probably 2-down territory. We've seen the kicking game enough, and I would be surprised if Coach Morris went to it here. So it's probably 2-down territory. You have 2 downs to pick up 8 yards. So let's see what they do here, and they are going to run it.
Keep feeding Blaine, and he's going to get another about 1.5 yards after forward progress. So it's going to be 4th and about 7, 4th and 6, depending on where they spot it.
Yeah, they're probably going to run it, or going to try to get him to jump first, see what they're running, and then send in a play after that. Well, they run it right away.
Give it to Blaine on the outside. He makes a cut, and he is going to get the first down. What incredible running we've seen from Blaine in the second half.
It was a misdirection. They brought a guy in motion and then ran back the other way, and the Westfield defense just wasn't ready for it. And the Royals are establishing the run game. It reminds me of a bit of the Colts week 1 against the Chargers on that long drive that they had at the fourth quarter, go and tie it up. They just kept running the ball. They're doing what's working, and so far they're getting first downs. And they're moving right down the field and trying to punch it in here. Take the lead.
Looking a little bit like Westfield in their opening drive. See if HSE can finish this one with points.
Comes pass.
Looking left, Ben Boysen is going to catch it and get tackled after a gain of 5. So 2nd and 5 from the about 9-10 yard line, depending where they put it.
Yeah, good route by Ben. They're playing off coverage, and he just ran a quick 5-yard and out, caught the ball, pick up 5, and then went down. So keeps him ahead of the sticks. And really still, you can run the ball here, you can pass it. A lot of options for Coach White's, especially when things are working.
Going to hand it off to Blaine up the middle. He's going to make a man miss. Just more tough running. See where they put it.
Just short. Close. Yeah, just short. 3rd and 1 about. So if I was calling plays, I'd probably give it right back to Blaine. He's proved that he can pick it up, and see what Coach White's Coach White's calls right here.
He's going to take the snap right up the middle. It's going to be enough for a touchdown, and it is. Blaine Wirtz, after a very incredible drive of running, it's going to punch it in. So it is going to be 13-10. The Royals are on top.
Yeah, the Royals pulled a guard. It was just power right up the middle, and Blaine Wirtz just kept his feet moving and got right into the end zone. And really, what a great job by Blaine Wirtz, and what a great job by the offensive line.
They're going to get 12 men in the huddle.
But they had a guy, Westfield had a guy running off too, so I'm wondering. They both had 12. They had Westfield had a guy running off too, and
offsetting penalties. See what they call, but
it's big PAT. You need to get it up to 4. We saw that Westfield's very confident in their field goal game kicking. They have a big range, so they're confident in their kicking ability. So this is a big point. Go up 4, make them score a touchdown to take the lead and not a field goal. There is no flag, so good job by the officials getting together and make sure they got the right call. And here's Girola, see if he can knock it in.
Snap good, hold good, and looks like it is good. So it's going to be 14-10. The Royals are on top. That's going to be a big kick, both his scoreboard and his confidence, really.
Yeah, good to see that go through, and great job by the Royals offense, just coming right out of the half, taking the momentum from the first half, and got the run game established, and Blaine Wirtz looked great. The offensive line did a great job, and just really a perfect drive. He threw in a couple passes, couple play action. That one big play action pass to DeAndre Rhodes on the corner route for about 12 yards. It was a big play, and they just drove right down the field, killed some clock, and took the lead. So give that defense a little bit of rest coming out of the half, and gets them fired up to go out and get a stop and hold the lead. Drumline's fired up, that's for sure.
Rightfully so.
Our own Evan Miller somewhere is in there.
Alex Girola is going to kick this one off. And there we go. Kicked out to the 5-yard line. So Westfield runs about out to the 25, 24-yard line. So Westfield's going to go 75 yards to score, but big drive there by the Royals, going to put them up in the game. And one thing we didn't mention from halftime, some scores around the area. Ben Davis still up 7-0 on Warren Central. Avon up 21-7 on Franklin Central. And Brownsburg up 21-7 on Fishers. Going to take the snap. Is going to be QB Power. And a good tackle there from Chris Stein.
He's having a good game.
Seems like we've called his name a lot so far. The Royals defense really stepping it up from last week.
Yeah, he's had a really good game. That's his second or third tackle, getting the quarterback on a keeper, and he also scored a touchdown on offense. So Stein's having a great game, and this will be interesting. Westfield is 4-0. They're undefeated. They haven't lost yet. They're facing some adversity right now, and it'll be interesting to see how they respond to it. Being undefeated, they've led in most of their games so far this year, and so it's probably a little bit different for them to be down in the second half. Oh, got him on a double move.
Yep, deep pass, but it's just overthrown.
HSE got lucky.
Yeah.
They got lucky. It's an out and up, and
Mason Peaning was open.
he was open. He got hurt though, or didn't get hurt. He got hit. Excuse me. And so that caused the errant throw. Simon, and he looks to be a little bit walking a little bit gingerly. He's
on that ankle.
Yeah.
Third and 10. He's going to take the snap. It's going to be a pass. And
Holding.
Sesmarelli with the pressure forces him to just throw it out of bounds.
Yeah.
There's going to be a flag.
Evan Lance got mugged, and it's gonna come back for holding. But Sesmarelli also did a good job getting pressure.
Might decline this to make it fourth down.
Oh yeah, and Simon.
Camden Simons is.
Evan doesn't look happy. No, he was saying on them. He was just excited. I couldn't tell what he was doing. He was kind of going a little bit crazy, and so I was wondering if he was mad at a call or if he was
excited.
But they are going to take him back. Oh, now they came back.
Holding.
and has now been declined.
Yep.
So
4th and 10.
4th and 10, great job, 3 and out, stop by the Royals, and keep that momentum and be huge for offense. Go down, put some more points on the board, really put some pressure on Westfield with 5:49 left in the third quarter.
Huge change of momentum.
You think about it, I mean, the defense has done a great job ever since
That first
they,
quarter.
you know,
first
they let up that
really.
drive. That first drive was not good defense, but after that they held, after the interception, held to a field goal, and then since then Westfield hasn't done really any much of anything. So
Jake Houston's going to take the snap on the bounce, or the kick on the bounce, excuse me. Not much of a return, but HSE will start about the 34-yard line.
that is something to note. The Royals defense, since that field goal, has been playing lights out. They've done a really good job. They've shut down Simon in the quarterback option game, and have done a really good job of getting stops, getting off the field on third downs.
Blaine Wirtz on the carry, and he's got a lot of room. And it's just green grass in front of him. He's got one man to beat. Oh, he got tackled about the 12-yard line. But a great run by Blaine Wirtz. And that is going to get everyone here hyped up. Just more tough running by Blaine.
You can see the difference that Blaine Wirtz brings to the offense. Man, is he awesome to watch. He's a future star, and he has shown it tonight. And what a run. He's powerful, he can run hard, and he's fast too.
So going to bring a 1st and 10 from the 12, and the whistles are going to blow it again. And we're going to have another.
Official timeout.
They're going to make another Westfield defender come off the field. So that's going to be the 3rd guy that they take off. Interesting.
It'd be huge if the Royals can punch it in, get a touchdown, go up 2 scores.
Poison in motion, they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Tries to cut forward, and it's going to get tackled about a loss of 1 or 2. So Westfield was not fooled on the jet sweep. Going to bring up 2nd and 13.
Yeah, they're trying to. One thing that they could be doing off of that is trying to stretch out the defense a little bit, make them be honest, play the outside run, and then come right back up through the middle with Blaine again and spread them out. He could be that play could just be trying to set them up into another running play here up the middle.
I'm on no level of Coach Groves predicting this, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw play action here.
I could be 100% wrong too. You never know.
And there it is. Come
Play
back out to DeAndre, and he looks like maybe got there a little bit early, the defender, but no call, so it's going to be 3rd and 13.
They were both hand fighting. DeAndre kind of gave him a little push, and the defender was also a little bit early, so it was going both ways. They're good no call, and 3rd and 13. Big thing is here, pick up half of it or a good chunk of it. That way you have the opportunity to go for it and try to get it on 4th down. So you're probably going to have 2 plays once again to get it. So see what Coach White's calls here.
He's going to take the snap and look right out. Pump fake,
he
but he's
faked
got a
it.
wide open left side. Oh, and
he fell down. Oh, it was wide open. It was a fake.
Be a touchdown, but
oh man,
lost his
they're
footing.
trying to fake it to Blaine Wirtz on the right side of the field in the flat, and then came across the middle and just was wide open and just unfortunately fell down.
Gain of 3, so 4th and 10.
Here comes Drolas. Big kick here, get it up to a touchdown lead, and it would be huge. It would be a huge confidence booster for him as well. So,
30-yard field goal. Snap, hold is good, and kick is good.
all right,
so
there we go.
17-10, HSE. Garola's coming off 2 straight made kicks. That's big
Good
for
for
this
him.
team, yeah.
You know, I will say this week too. It seems like maybe because they're playing at home or whatnot, but there's more enthusiasm on the sidelines. They're coming out. They're giving high fives.
Yeah.
You know, hitting chests. They have chest bumps, I should say, and you know they've been excited on the sideline. They're giving enthusiasm. Last week we didn't see a lot of that. It was a lot of just kind of standing around, low energy. And tonight they came ready to play, and it showed. And they played, other than about the first 5 minutes of the game, they played really well. So hopefully they continue that with 3:41 in the third quarter, and then obviously heading into the fourth in winning time, as I like to call it, fourth
winning
quarter.
time. It would be winning time. Alex Strolis ready to boot this one deep. Westfield's got 2 guys back ready to return. Gonna be kicked to about the 8-yard line, and Westfield's gonna take it out on the right side, but good special teams
Great
there.
tackle.
Yeah, good tackle.
Chris
Chris
Stein.
Stein again. So they're going to take it about the 21-yard line is where they're going to start. And as we break from the action, we do want to remind you Southeastern Sports Network is made possible by Sky Zone in Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this fall. Sky Zone in Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. A big shout out to Sky Zone, who's sponsoring every broadcast for all 3 sports seasons this year for SSN.
And Stein so far tonight, according to our great statistician, Connor Kelly, 9.5 tackles. And so Chris Stein has played a great game tonight.
He's going to roll out right and just throw it out of bounds. Good pressure there by the Royals. And just nobody open, so he threw it away. Second attempt.
And it's not intentional ground. He was outside of the pocket and threw it past the line of scrimmage. So good throwaway by Simons. There was no one open. And Joel Cheche was out there running after him and forced the throwaway.
Camden Simons is going to take the snap, immediate pressure, but a screen, and he overthrew his receiver.
Ooh, man, it was there.
Nate Haas was anxious to get his hands on that ball, but incomplete, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. And 3 and out for Westfield would not bode well for them.
You know, they're trying to get Patchett on the screen, and it was there. It was just thrown a little bit too high by Simons, and I don't know how far he would have gotten. He would have gotten some yards. I don't think it would have been a first down, but it was somewhat open, and they just couldn't execute it. And Royals defense is starting to fluster the Simons up front. They're getting some pressure, and it's causing some errant throws.
It's 3rd and 10. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to be throwing the flat again. Eli Patchett and a good tackle. Number 36 for the Royals. Loudon Sundling.
Yeah, that was just the wrong. He just made the wrong read. He had a couple guys over the middle on crossers that were open, probably for a first down, and he decides to go to the flat on 3rd and long, and most likely that isn't ever going to end up being a first down. So
good pressure. Joel Cheche was in there, forced the throw.
Yeah, and good tackling, and if you're the Royals, you'll give that up all day. So another 3 and out. Defense continue to play lights out and get the ball back to the offense, and
low punt.
And Blaine Wirtz running the ball again.
Jake Houston's going to receive it on the bounce, and he's got some room out to the left side. He's got a blocker in front of him, and he's picked it up, and he's about under the Westfield 48-yard line. And a big story this season so far is our special teams struggle, but tonight, all around, special teams have been playing really well.
Yeah, other than the missed field goal, it really has been. You know, kickoff has been strong. Kickoff return. You know, a couple weeks ago against Avon, our kickoff return was just horrible. We couldn't get any yardage. So on the kickoff returns, but tonight it's been really good. So Coach Akialis, the special teams coach, has done a great job tuning it up, and hopefully it continues for the rest of the game and hopefully the rest of the season as well. 1st and
10 from Westfield's 48. They're going to give it to Blaine Wirtz up the middle. And
Good run.
got lost on the line, and all of a sudden you got 6 yards. So
David Fry and Owen Ogle.
5 yards.
Well, it seems like he's, even if there's not much there, he's at least moving forward and he's getting positive yardage or no gain. So good run by Blaine. And another stat update, Blaine Wirtz, 153 yards on the night. So he's having
return game.
himself a great return game, yeah.
There he is again. He's
Good
going to got
blocking.
another hole at the middle. He's going to juke a receiver out to the left side. There's no one in front of him, and he's gone. Touchdown, no flags. That's going to make it 23-10 for the Royals.
Wow.
This crowd is insane.
What a great run by Blaine, but what great blocking. They pulled a guard, got up to the linebackers, and there was just no one there to hit Blaine. Blaine just cut right off his block and did the rest. So what a run by Blaine. He's continuing his night of excellence, and what another great drive. And all of a sudden the Royals have taken command of the game. We're talking about getting the lead, but they've taken command of the game.
Another stop here by the officials.
Whenever we get in this part of the field, it seems
to
like
have
we
some issues.
we have a stoppage. And we got
From player down.
player
actually,
down. Okay, so that's what it is.
on
I
the
couldn't-
sideline, and it's not look good. We're going to take a break here at Southeastern Sports Network. We will be back with you shortly. Drolis is now on for the PAT to make it 14-point lead.
It does look like Wirtz was down on the sideline. It looked like he is all right, and he might be a little bit out of shape after these long runs. I think he got a little bit sick, but he'll be all right. And it always makes you feel better when you're playing well and have 2 touchdowns. So
Yeah. After that run, he's probably up to close to 200 yards.
yeah, I mean, what do you have? 153 before that play. I think they were on the 48, so that would 200 yards
over
on the
200
night.
yards.
He has just played great game, but you can't just give credit to Blaine.
That
The offensive line is
for sure.
I mean, they've done a great job getting to push, making some holes, and allowing him to run the ball. And but I will say though, the difference between weeks prior without Blaine and tonight has been staggering. So we have a running game tonight. The last couple weeks we didn't have that. So
Yeah. We've been shuffling out a couple backs, Tylen Taylor and IJ in there, but
and it's
Blaine's
not necessarily a knock on them either.
oh, no, not at all.
But Blaine's just a special running back, and he can see some things. He has really good vision, and
Special player.
when you have a special player, it
Always
makes
helps
things
put him
happen.
in
And
the game.
yeah, it helps your team win.
Kickoff is away. About to the 10-yard line. Run it out to the right side. It's going to get tackled there.
Tackle.
Yeah, number 8. It's Tony Myers.
Tony
in the tackle.
Myers. Good tackle by Tony.
Westfield will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, this is a huge drive for them. This is a drive to keep them in the game. Because the way HC's offense is feeling, the way they're running the ball, they're not going to get that many possessions because the clock is going to be running. So this is a huge drive for them. They got to feel like they got to get back in the game. Down 2 scores, about only a minute 40 before we head into the 4th quarter. So big drive for them, big drive for Simons, and they hope to get something going.
I'm going to hand it off to Eli Patchett. And nothing there for the Royals, or the Royals were there, so it's going to be 2nd and 10.
And there is a penalty flag.
Late flag. The stoppage in play, we want to remind you, Southeastern Sports Network is made possible by Sky Zone in Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this fall. Sky Zone and Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. A big shout out to Sky Zone, who is sponsoring every broadcast for all 3 sports seasons this year for SSN. So as the refs are going to talk, and they're going to say face
mask against the Royals.
It's going to move them up 15.
Yeah, and a first down. So that hurts, but still they did not get much on that, and they got aided by a penalty. So that's the only way they moved the ball so far in the second half is by 15-yard face mask penalties. So Westfield will take anything they can get right now to try to get some first downs, try to get a drive together, and score some points. But if HSE continues to keep what they're doing, they're going to win this game, especially on the defensive end, and that's not even considering what they're doing on the offensive side of the ball either.
Takes snap. It's going to get the first down. It's going to be close. See where they spot this. Jake Houston on the tackle. It's going to bring up 2nd and inches.
Yeah.
And they're going to be right back, getting ready to snap the ball. And Simon's going to hand it off to Patchett. Bounce out to the outside and 2 yards, but that is enough for the first downs. So it's going to be first down, and Westfield moves to HSE's part of the field, 48-yard line. Take the snap, and it's going to be QB power out to the right side, and good job by the Royals defense, force him out of bounds. Short gain, maybe 1 or 2 yards there. 1 yard, so it's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 47.
We have only a minute left in the third quarter, and looks like we have another stop the clock, another official timeout. And it looks like quarterback
Camden Simons,
yeah. He's limping
pretty bad.
Yeah, heavily there, and I'm not sure if and then now Zach Mirzak is down on the Royals side, so he looks like he's cramping possibly. It looks like they're trying to stretch him out or is a leg injury, one of the two. And then, but yeah, Simons was limping off the field. He looks like he's gotten a little beat up tonight, and he's been under duress and pressure, and he's also been running the ball. And so he's taking some hits, and he's feeling it a little bit. And obviously Kaz is down right now, and so we will take a break for, oh, no, he's getting up, so we will not take a break, I guess. A little Sweet Caroline action going on for the student section as Kaz walks off. He looks to be all right, giving some high fives, and Royals defense comes back out for 2nd and 9.
Simons is going to run the QB power up the middle again. It looked like maybe have a read option, but tackled right around the knees, but it's going to be enough for a first down, and they're getting back to running the ball.
Yeah, that one was a little bit more of a delayed quarterback run. Looks like he was acting like he's going to pass it, then he saw a hole, and it was a pretty big hole to run through, and he just took it and picked up the first down. Really good run by him, but brings that first down.
Just over 30 seconds. They're going to take the snap and throw a little screen route to Mason Peaning. Jukes out a defender, but Joel Cheche's there. Limit the gain to about 4 yards.
Yep. They did a bubble screen. They had trips to the left and just threw a bubble screen and had 2 guys block. And they must have liked their numbers to throw the screen, and then picked up 5 yards. Good tackle by Joel Cheche. Good hustle to get from his defensive line spot out there to make the tackle.
He's going to hand it off to Eli Patchett, excuse me, and he's going to have enough for the first down. So Westfield's kind of finding their rhythm here, running the ball.
Yeah, you know, this is the only drive where they've gotten some movement up front and in the second half, and they're taking advantage of it. And as the quarter comes to an end, Royals with a huge third quarter, go from being down at the half to leading by 14. So what a quarter for the Royals.
That was a great quarter. All the momentum was kind of up for grabs at halftime. This third quarter really shifted it our way, and we're going to be in for a good fourth quarter, I think.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see how this drive finishes up. The Royals are going to try to hopefully get a stop, and they do that, they'll like their chances of winning. But looks like we got the
student kicking
field goal challenge here. Oh, and
a little bit low.
Yeah, not the. Just kicked it up a little bit wrong.
Just hit the wrong part of the foot, probably.
Yeah.
It was a fluke.
See if he can make it.
Oh, hey, it looks good.
It's just hey, Coach Morris.
Be careful there.
Yeah. That was a good kick.
It was.
It was a line drive, but it's a good kick. Good accuracy.
Got some power.
Sure did. So Chris Stein is now up to 11 and a half tackles on the night. He is. I mean, if there's a defensive player of the game, it's definitely him so far. And obviously, offensively, he's got to be Blaine Wirtz. And really, you could all say that offensive line, but you got to give it to the man who's been running at Blaine Wirtz.
Eli Patchett runs it for Westfield here, but only got a gain of 1 or 2. Second and 8 from the 19. Or about the 20. Hand it off again to Eli, and the Royals are there. Kazmierzak there.
He's also had a good game tonight.
He has. A lot of names that we don't call too much, but they are impacting the game. He's definitely one of them, always in there, getting some pressure on the quarterback and always making plays for the Royals.
He's made a couple tackles in the backfield like he did there. It's a big play, 3rd and 8. Chance for the Royals to get a stop and force a 4th down.
Camden Simons takes the snap, and he's going to look to pass to the right side. And the corner route is picked off. It's going to be picked off by the Royals. Number 21, Clayton Toner.
What a job. He just underthrew it right to Clayton Toner. They had 2 receivers right around in the same area, and great job by Clayton Toner. And hey, the Royals keep them off the board, up 14, 10 minutes, 50 seconds left. They got to like their chances. Great job by this defense in the second half. They've been lights out, haven't let up anything. And Blaine Wirtz continues to keep the running game going, and offensive line continues to block for him, run some clock, and get out of here with a win.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's still a long way to go,
For sure.
Game's not over, but
2 possessions, about 11 minutes left. Anything can happen, but one thing we've been talking about, two different forms of the Royals. I think the Fishers game, they weren't really there.
North Central Fishers game, and then
the last quarter and a half of the Avon game is more of like this game.
Yes.
So,
and you can almost include Lawrence Central, the first half that they played against Lawrence Central, week 1.
If we play in that form, I think HSE is competitive with any team in the state.
We have too much talent to be we shouldn't be 1-3, and there's no way we should be 1-4 with the talent we have. And really, I think that the ability that we have, our defense has for the most part all year has been pretty strong. It's been the offense at times and the special teams that have hurt us. And tonight, it's good to see that all 3 phases, other than really a missed field goal, have played pretty well.
Everything's clicking tonight.
Other than the start, but other than that, it's been played pretty well.
Blaine Wirtz run out to the left side. He's going to get wrapped up around the 8-yard line. So it's going to be a 3rd and 4. Talking about the 10-yard line, excuse me, but it's going to be a 3rd and 4.
It's a big play. Continue the drive. If you get a first down, you get to kill more clock and continue to run that clock down.
If you don't, Westfield gets
they're going to get good field position, and so this is a big play. Ooh, close to jumping off sides.
Play clock down to 6 seconds as he takes the snap. He's going to look right, and DeAndre is there. It's going to be close to that
first
line.
down. It's right on the line.
And they called first down, so great conversion there by the Royals.
Yes, huge conversion.
The Royals coaching staff's fired up, and rightfully so.
Yeah, it was just a quick little in route by DeAndre, and he was open. He also had Boysen in the flat if you wanted him as well. And right at the sticks, got the first down, and continues to drive for the Royals. And the clock continues to run as well.
He's going to throw it out to the left side, and DeAndre's going to take it and get another first down. Don't know if that was intended for him, but he got it.
I tell you what, Boysen and DeAndre kind of, for a second, looked like they're both going to go for the ball. They didn't really know who he was throwing to, but worked out well. It was just a quick throw. The Shamrocks were playing off coverage. You just look over, throw the ball, and
got good yardage.
Yeah, got a first down out of it, so we'll take that every time if you're going to play that far off the ball. It's an easy throw, easy catch, and you get some yards out of it too.
He's going to take the snap, and he's going to hand it off to the middle. Blaine works for a good gain there, about 4 yards. Second and 6 from the 30-yard line.
Yeah, HSE would take 4 yards every play. You know, you get a first down out of that with 3 downs running the ball. They'll take 4 every day or every play.
Especially when you're trying to chew this clock.
Yeah, and it's running the clock, and you're up 2 scores. No reason to take a chance of an interception or anything like that. So,
gonna take the snap and look left, but there's some pressure, and he's got his own lineman pushed into him, and good pressure by Westfield. And blew that one up.
That was good pressure. Looks like. Yeah,
Lineman
they brought a
slow to
blitz,
get
and
up, but he's all right.
brought a blitz, and they got home. So moves HSE back. The good thing about it is the clock still runs. But it does make a 3rd and long. So passing down here most likely, or you can run the ball, continue to run the clock, and then punt it away if you don't get it. But I would expect, Hobson, I think, has done a pretty good job of that one throw, the interception of being safe with it. So I think you really have either one.
Yep. He's going to throw it over the middle to Nathan Wolf, and he's got enough for the first down. Good call, good play call, and good conversion. So HSE is going to continue to move this ball and run this clock down.
Big conversion. Nate Wolf on the crosser over the middle. And they're just continue to move down the field. And looks like Nate Wolf is
tying his shoe.
Oh, tying his shoe. Went down. He was funny. He was coming off the field to tie his shoe. Coach Morris said, go back on the field, do it there, get an official timeout out of it, and he'll get to go on the next play too. So, they're going to make him come off. So
his glove looks a little.
So they bring on Zach Kazmierzak at the H fullback position.
7.5 minutes. Clock is running. It's a 1st and 10 for the Royals, and the 3rd quarter really the story of this game so far. The Royals took over that 3rd quarter. They take the snap and hand it off to Blaine Works. Gain of about 2 yards. 3 yards maybe. We'll go with 3.
4-yard gain, play 2nd and 4.
Mr. Silbert, PA dresser said 4. He was a little generous.
Yeah, and he also said 2nd and 4, so I don't think that's quite right either.
No, that's right, 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Oh, I thought you meant like the oh, okay, I see what you're saying. That's right, we love Mr. Silbert. He's been a long time. He's been a big help to us for sure. Yeah. Got his ring tonight.
Yeah, helped Southeastern Sports Network get off the ground too, and big thanks to him. And Hobson's going to look past the DeAndre Rhodes on the post route, and there he goes down to the 28-yard line. Now, reliable post route.
Well, the Royals have been run the ball enough and especially on this drive, trying to run some clock. They just run, or they pass the ball there. Westfield was playing the run, and DeAndre was pretty much wide open. So great throw by Hobson, perfect spot to put the ball, and DeAndre takes advantage of it.
As much as we run that post route, I'm surprised teams haven't caught on, but I'll take it.
Yeah, that one was a little bit more of a seam route. It was more of a vertical up on the hashes and then kind of cut it in towards the end. But
Blaine Wirtz going to bounce it outside
Good
to the right
blocking.
side. He's got a lot of room. And there he goes. He runs it out of bounds at about the 9-yard line, but once again, another great run by Blaine.
really good blocking. Really good blocking and good patience to let his block set up, and then he cut off it to the outside, and good vision, continued vision by Blaine. The only thing I would have told him, but it stayed in bounds, how to run the clock, but that's all right. He gets a pass for tonight. He's done
He's done just enough. We'll let him slide.
over 200 yards, a couple touchdowns.
It's a good fantasy night.
If only they had fantasy for high school football, but
Could you imagine? It's going to be first and goal from the 8-yard line. 226 yards, Blaine Wirtz.
oh, we got a
It's gonna be
penalty.
flag.
Delay game.
Yeah, play clock hit 0.
Delay of game on the Royals. That will be a 5-yard penalty.
And pushing back 5 yards.
Goal from the 13.
This would be a nice homecoming win. Beat a team if you can finish it off here. 6 minutes left, still plenty of time. A lot can happen, but this would be a great win for the Royals if they can pull it out on homecoming. Beat a team that's currently 4-0, undefeated. So be a big confidence booster going into the second half of the season, as tonight is the halfway point already. It's crazy to think that, but it is the halfway point.
Flew by.
And going into the second half of the season, get some momentum and start to stack up some wins.
He's going to give it to Jace Alexander. And tough run in there by Jace. Impressive run. He's going to get him a couple.
And stays in bounds.
Smart play. Jace Alexander is a junior. I've been growing up with him, played on his team in junior high ball, and I always know one thing, he's always working hard. He's always trying to get his minutes, and looked like he's gotten in a couple times, and good for him.
2nd and 11. Blaine Wirtz back in the game, and they got a guy running onto the field late.
Could have snapped that.
Yeah, he could have snapped it for offsides, but
Going to give it to Blaine up the middle. But nothing going.
not much there. Approaching 5 minutes left in the game. Second half, the way we've been running the ball is gone by pretty quickly.
Yes, it has. And already 5 minutes left in this fourth quarter.
Third and goal from the 12.
And one thing we want to remind you, Southeastern Sports Network is made possible by Sky Zone in Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this fall. Sky Zone in Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. Big shout out to them for sponsoring all 3 sports seasons for SSN.
Better get the timeout, and you call timeout. There we go. Play clock was running down. And
Didn't want
Coach
another
Morris
delay
calls a
game.
timeout, avoids a delay game, and be the first one of the half. 4:41 left in the game, and 3rd and 12. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep it on the ground here. Either force Westfield to call timeout or run some more clock off, and then
Give Girolis another shot at a kick.
give him a little bit of confidence booster. Put it up 3 scores. Or you can be aggressive too. You can always be aggressive, try to throw the ball, but you run the risk of an incompletion or possibly an interception or anything like that. I'd like to probably see him just be conservative, run the ball. It's worked tonight. Maybe Blaine can make a really great play, get a first down or get a touchdown because it is 3rd and goal. And,
Wouldn't be surprised the way his night's going.
well, I mean, Westfield's going to play the run. You could also maybe do a screen pass.
Play actually come back route to DeAndre.
Yeah. Or Boysen's had a good night as well.
He has.
But I think it'd be kind of cool to give Girolis a shot. He struggled this season. Get him some confidence. It'd be another field goal if he would be to make it. So I think that would be good for him. But we'll see what Coach Whites and Coach Morris decides to do here. Brought the receivers in tight towards the line of scrimmage.
Takes the snap in a little misdirection. Blaine Wirtz is going to take it down to about the 8-yard line. So a gain of 5, and it's going to be 4th and goal.
Yeah, and no timeout from Westfield, so the clock will continue to run,
Here
and
we
it
go,
will
Girolis.
should get under 4 minutes here. So really good drive, killed a lot of clock, and then a chance to go up 3 scores
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, never mind.
with Girolis with the attempt. Running it all the way down. Get it off. Kick is
Good.
Good. 17-point game. That's huge. 3-score game.
You know, the way you've been talking about it a couple last couple weeks. Vinatieri nickname. He's kicking better than Vinatieri is right now. So.
that needs
true.
to stop because I love my Colts, and Vinatieri is also my fantasy kicker. So.
Oh my goodness, why?
Ever since I've ever done fantasy, I always pick Vinatieri because he's Colt. He's the greatest of all time at kicking, and usually when Peyton was there, obviously would score a lot of points, get in field goal range a lot, and then of course when Luck was there too. So.
Jacoby, faith in Jacoby.
Well, he's gotten him there a couple times. Just hadn't done anything so far with it this year. But I believe in Vinny. I think he's going to do a great job against the Falcons this Sunday. And but really good for Draws. I'm proud of him. He works hard, and I was talking to Coach Coleman, one of the varsity assistants, and he says he's actually been making a lot of them in practice. He makes them in practice. It's just been in the games. He hasn't made them, and so they know he has the ability to do it and is capable of it. And so they've showed trust in him, and hopefully that builds some confidence for him going into the second half of the season. And a couple really good and a couple big kicks tonight, so good for him. And he's been pretty solid all year on the kickoff duties as well. So.
Boots it away to about the 10. And Westfield will get tackled there about the 20-yard line. Good.
And guess who it is? Chris Stein. Gotta love Chris Stein. He's just played incredible tonight on special teams and on defense.
And on offense.
That's right. That's true. He scored a touchdown.
Three-way player.
That's right. With the Royals, just play off. Don't let anything get, no quick scores, no big plays. Don't let people get behind you. You let them pick up some garbage time yards and some first downs, but just keep everything in front of you and make them use some clock. Up 17, up 3 scores. They need a miracle, so you just don't give them anything easy.
Simons is going to take the snap and look left. He's got all day and going to throw it. Another good tackle by the Royals. Loudon Sunling looks like. And Dane Wheeler, those crossing routes that we've been going to, but good tackle.
Yeah, Loudon Sunling's also a sophomore, really good player. He has a bright future on this Royals defense.
Run it up the middle for about 2 or 3 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
Well, the Shamrocks are not they're not going too fast. I don't know if they're accepting defeat or trying to get out of here after a rough second half, but they're not moving with a lot of
play
emphasis.
action. Evan Lance almost had the sack, but he's going to throw it out to the flats. Dane Wheeler and fell over.
Down, 4th down, and
one quick update. At the end of the 3rd quarter, Brownsburg leads Fishers 42-10. So Brownsburg's running away with that game.
A lot of times after an emotional win like a Mudsock game, a lot of times that next week you could have it could be a trap game or you could come back, have a little bit of a lull after a big win, and it sounds like Fishers might be having that tonight against a really good Brownsburg team on the road. And so Fishers is, that's another team that'll have the first loss tonight. Westfield will have their first loss if the score holds with 2 minutes left.
Unbeaten's going down. Low snap, but he's going to look back to pass. He's going to throw it left, and the out route there is Mason Peaning is going to catch it and enough for a first down.
That keeps him alive with just under 2 minutes for a long shot miracle. But just what a great effort by the Royals tonight. Being down 10-0 early, this team could have folded. They could have hung their heads. Instead, they come right back and throw some punches of their own.
The ball was in the air, it seemed like forever, but ended up incomplete, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. Another update, 4 minutes, 43 seconds left in the 4th quarter in the Avon game. Avon is up 35-7, so
Avon will get the win
they will.
tonight. They will stay unbeaten and #1 in the state.
Simon's going to take it, play action. He's going
Intercept
to
it.
pick it off.
Michael
Mike
Cherry.
Cherry. Mike Cherry's going to run it all the way back for the Royals.
Oh, what a perfect ending.
And it is gone. He's touchdown Royals.
Oh, you got to love Mike Cherry. He is the second pick six of the season. He had one against North Central earlier this season. He is always around the ball, always a threat of making interceptions. And Michael Cherry, just a great player. Got to love Cherry, and the Royals are just now running away with it. I mean, what a great homecoming game, homecoming night, and
the Royals are playing with fire tonight. They really came out ready to go.
After last week, they came back and wanted some revenge, and they had a chance against a good Westfield team, and they're taking advantage of it.
Trollis' extra point is good. So it's going to be 34-10. The Royals are up 24 points. 27 unanswered points for the Royals since the third quarter. As we have a little break in the action, we want to remind you, big thanks again to Sky Zone Fishers for their sponsorship of Southeastern Sports Network this year.
Just what a great game all around for HSE, and get some confidence going into the second half of the season. It was a rough stretch there after the week 1 win against Lawrence Central. And then week 2 loss against North Central, week 3 Avon, and then week 4 obviously last week against Fishers. But week 5, hopefully we've turned the page against Westfield and start a winning streak, get going, and moving forward down the second half of the season. So just what a great performance all around.
What a great team to have a great performance against too. Westfield's a good test.
Westfield's a good team, and a conference rival, as you can call it, and so big conference win tonight. And I certainly wasn't, I thought if the Royals win, it was going to be a close game. I certainly wasn't expecting a Royals win in a blowout, but I'll definitely
we'll
take it.
Yeah.
Love to see it, and just awesome to also do it on homecoming.
Westfield's going to take it back from about the 5-yard line, and another good special teams coverage. Bound to take it out to the 21, 22-yard line. So Westfield with 1 minute and 32 seconds. Wouldn't expect them to really try anything, maybe, minimize injury or anything potential, just move on to next week.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They just tried to, start warming up the buses and get out of here. They've had just a tough second half. And sometimes a loss is good for a team that's, they're a good team, and they're going to continue to have a good season. But sometimes a loss can humble you. It can kind of wake you up a little bit, work on the little things again in practice, and kind of get you prepared for the second half of the season. So as bad as tonight has looked for them, they'll take the positives out of it, and then they'll learn from it, and they'll get better from it. But this was muchly needed for the Royals. Just it changes the whole season around. Going 1-4, that would have not have been good going to the second half of the season. But now that you're 2-3, you get a big win at home. You have some confidence, and coming up against some winnable games as well. Noblesville and Zionsville's next week, then Noblesville. So some winnable games coming up for the Royals.
This could be this game. If HC turns it around, we'll look back to this game and this ultimately dominant performance. Just hopefully HSE, can play all 4 quarters of every game this far like this, and if they do, they're real dangerous going into the postseason. Still a long way from it, but Jack Pfeiffer is in at running back for Westfield, and would expect him to see the ball here, but who knows. They're going to hand it off right up the middle. He's got some good yards. Enough for a first down, so the clock will stop a little bit. It's going to be a flag. Number 55 on Westfield just pushed number 5, Larry Jones just to the ground, so nothing needed there. So
he's
pushing
unhappy.
Back 15.
He's unhappy with the way that his team's played tonight, and
no matter the score, though, you don't like to see that.
No, you don't. Called a personal foul.
Yeah, push him in the back, just blatant, right in front of the ref too. That's not where you want to do that.
They do give him the first down, and then it'll move it back 15, so it'll be first and 25. So the Royals schedule coming up, they're at Zionsville next week in a road game. I think it's a winnable road game, but a road game nonetheless. And then Noblesville, who's had a tough season so far.
They have.
And so that's at home, a very winnable game. So the next couple games, the Royals they're going to be 2-3, can get above that 500 mark if they win the next 2 weeks and really feel good going down the stretch against Franklin Central, which is at home this year. And then, of course, the last game of the season at Brownsburg, which will be a tough one to end the year. But, really, the next 3 games are winnable.
It's going to be a play-action screen on the left side. He's juked out a defender there. And ends up making the tackle, and he's running up from behind him. And another flag.
Yeah.
Let's see what this one's about.
Getting a little bit chippy.
Yeah, this game, there's 72 seconds left. Clock needs to run out and avoid anything unnecessary happening tonight.
But successful homecoming night. Congratulations to all the homecoming
court members.
Yeah, and the king and queen, Tommy Adams and Lauren Beaudrab. And then the penalty does go against HSC.
We'll move them up to about the 44.
Yeah.
It's about the longest minute and a half I've seen of football, but.
Well, that's usually how it goes. But it will be over soon enough.
Takes the snap, is going to hand it off. About gain of 5. Number 18, Nick Talley in at quarterback, so they did take out Camden Simons, just not risking injury, and 50 seconds left, clock running.
And he got beat up tonight. He was limping at several points in the game, and so let him rest and get ready for next week, and no reason to risk it.
Another run.
So
that should do it for HSE.
Yeah, what a great win. And great job by the Royals, and by the offense and by the defense and the special teams. Just all around team win.
Way to go, guys. Thank you, Coach White.
Good call it. Good play call.
Incomplete pass there.
And congratulate Coach Whites as he walks down out of the press box as he called a great game tonight and just continued to fed Blaine Wirtz, and what a job he did tonight. But my players of the game, you ready for this, Turner?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, it's been a couple weeks since we got to do this. We usually only do it on wins. So, but Blaine Wirtz definitely. I think his return game is.
The read option goes for about 10 yards and 8 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, but yeah, Blaine Wirtz for sure. Just a great performance from him, running the ball over 200 yards, a couple touchdowns, and he just played well. I thought Hobson, other than that interception that he threw, played pretty well as well. But then I would say on the defense side, it has to be Chris Stein, and then you can almost throw in Michael Cherry too at the pick at the end. But really, it was the whole defense played well. The defensive line got some pressure. And it was just an all-around performance. You could give you can also give the
offensive line
a lot of credit as well. So
it's going to be one more run, and that'll end the game for the Royals. And it's going to be 34-10, the final score.
What a win!
One more time, we do want to remind you, Southeastern Sports Network is made possible by Sky Zone in Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this fall. Sky Zone in Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. Big shout out to Sky Zone sponsoring every broadcast all 3 seasons this year for SSN.
Yeah, Coach Morris has got to feel great after last couple weeks of tough losses. He got his team prepared tonight, and they came out and played just after that first about 5 minutes, just played extremely well, and he's got to be excited and happy as he gets a victory, and a big victory in that. And so Coach Whites is down there celebrating as well from the press box, and just what a great job by the coaching staff this week. They got the team ready to play, and the players for executing. It'll be a exciting locker room, I'm sure, here in a few minutes. But what a game, what a win, and looking forward to next week against Zionsville.
Yeah, as we end this game, one last reminder, we want everyone to have a fun and safe homecoming tomorrow. It's going to be a great night at HSE. And the final score, 34-10. HSE wins it. A huge win for the Royals on homecoming night. And for Turner and Tyler and the rest of the SSN crew, we're signing off.